but still. Okay, dude. I did put this #1 the last time I did this video, I think, but yeah, it is a great gun, as you could probably tell, you know? It is just... wow, it is broken, dude. I forgot how much fun this gun is. Okay. Yeah, okay. So hello gamers and welcome back to another video. So I've done 2 top 5 videos so far and you guys seem to be very much enjoying them. So today I thought I would make another one. And today, because shotguns are not as popular and people really want to know which ones are good, I will be doing a top 5 shotgun video. So make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. 1,000 likes and I'll make another part of this. So smash like, let's go for 1,000. But yeah, starting it off, we have the KSG-12 at number 5. I was thinking about also putting the USAS here because the USAS is quite a bit better. But yeah, the KSG-12 is just a little bit better. The KSG-12 has 2 very good things, and honestly, I might switch lobbies again, but I really don't want to do that. Basically, it's a pump action shotgun with a massive capacity. The maximum damage is pretty good, 32. Is it anything too special? No, but the shotgun category is really not that large, so even number 5 is not going to be very good, but the top 4 are definitely all really freaking good guns. KSG-12, though, I have like 500 kills on it. I do like it quite a bit. Pretty acceptable one-hit kill range for sure. Good RPM, great capacity. It is a great gun. And also, single loading cannot be overstated on a shotgun. In fact, I much prefer it to having like a magazine because you can load as you're shooting, you know? In those little bits of fights where you have like a couple seconds, you can get a couple more rounds into your gun. With something like DBV-12, Saiga-12, those types of guns, it's either you get all your rounds back in or you get none. Here, you're actually going to get, you know, a couple sometimes when you're not actually going to have time to fully reload, which is definitely a really good feature. For pump action, amazing RPM as well. 150, which isn't quite as much as some of these semi-auto shotguns, but it is pretty close for being a pump action. Super good gun. Now at number 4 we have the SPAS-12, which actually does a little bit more damage than the KSG, but only by 1, but it's also a 200 RPM semi-automatic shotgun, which has a few advantages. First off, of course, more RPM, but not like a ton more. Only 50 more, so 200 instead of 150. But most importantly, when you actually fire, if I was using a sight, you don't pump the gun, you know? This actually does have a pump action conversion, but it only has 90 RPM, which isn't really bad at all, but like 150 from the KSG is kind of better. That does have very good spread, but yeah, semi-auto is probably the way to go with this one. It is cool that it can run a pump action version if you want more of a classic shotgun, because in most games, the SPAS-12 is not semi-automatic. It's usually a pump action, even though in real life, it is both pump action and semi-automatic and can be modified for either one, which is pretty cool. So in this game, it actually takes that principle. It can be semi-auto or pump action, but I don't know why you'd ever really want to have the pump action version. Sure, it has better spread, but not better damage. Yeah, the SPAS is good, but like it's not one of my favorite shotguns in the game, but it's definitely not bad at all. But it's kind of high rank, so I don't really recommend use this one really too much unless you just have it unlocked already. And there's kind of better options out there. I think the sound effect is pretty cool now too. It's got a very interesting sound. As you can probably tell, every shotgun on this list is going to one hit like crazy. At number 3, we actually have the DBV-12, and I have a weird setup on this one. This is my DBV 30-on-6 video setup, which is definitely not going to go well for this gun in general. Where's my actual setup? This gun does have 2 conversions, neither of which are that great. 30-on-6 is pretty good, not gonna lie, but like it's not a shotgun, so I'm not gonna really cover that one. And yeah, I wouldn't really cover it in the shotgun video. Even if it is a shotgun conversion, it's not really a shotgun. We're looking for top 5 shotguns here in the category, but also shotgun conversions, because if you're gonna use a shotgun, you probably want to use a shotgun. Not saying that thing is bad or anything, but yeah, it's there. This is going to be a go-to shotgun. It has about the same damage as the other 2, but it's actually got a semi-auto magazine and has a more fire rate than the previous one at 250, which is, you know, quite a bit more than the KSG. It's 50 more than the previous one, but 100 more than the one before that. So this is definitely a very high rate of fire gun. And yeah, it is a monster. You know what I said about the magazines on the other ones? Yes, that is definitely an interesting thing that they can single load, but for this one, doesn't really matter too much because you're getting 10 rounds and the RPM isn't super fast. 250 RPM is just about all you're going to need for this gun. Reload time is not amazing, but it's really not too bad either. There is going to be one shotgun that was pretty bad before with its reloading, but it's better now, and that's why it's so high up on the list, but we'll get to that one in just a bit. This basically takes the principle of a semi-auto shotgun and says, yeah, but what if it actually did like really good damage for no reason as well? Honestly, if you're a low rank, the next 2 are not even high rank. Actually, one of them is lower than this, but still. Okay, dude. It doesn't do as much as the KSG does or the Spaz does, but the spread is pretty good, and most importantly, it has a capacity of 11 rounds with a +1, which of course with all guns in this game, you should be loading a +1, but of course the small magazine guns especially are going to be really good with that +1 because that's an extra kill. And as you can see, this gun has some crazy one-hit kill potential, and it's really not going to allow anybody to escape, especially with the recoil. Unlike basically every other semi-automatic shotgun in this game, this thing has absolutely perfect accuracy. I should probably run retracted stock. I'm running like a recoil control setup, but it really doesn't matter. Like, imagine this, but it has like, you know, 30% more recoil. 30% more of basically none is not that much. I'll run retracted stock, as you can see. That's with a retracted stock. It's not bad. And with this, of course, you're going to get the much better handling and walk speed. I like to basically have like no recoil in this gun because it's kind of cool, but it's not really necessary. Even if you're running this thing at the full rate of fire, I mean, it's a shotgun. The recoil doesn't really matter that much. I'm just missing here. Wow. Like I said, it does have that downside of being a magazine-fed shotgun, but honestly, it's not going to be that big of a deal, especially after they kind of nerfed the tube-fed shotguns because they actually used to have a faster reload time, and then they're like, whatever. We won't make them actually have that reload time anymore, which was kind of annoying. It was a little bit broken for some of them, like for example the KS-23M could fire at basically its full RPM if you were just constantly reloading your gun with the final shell in the gun, because basically you could just get that one bullet back and then fire, and one bullet back and then fire, and have infinite rounds, which was pretty broken for continuing a multi-kill. But for the other ones, like the Spaz 12 and stuff, they nerfed it anyway, and I don't feel like it was as broken considering like it's a 200 RPM shotgun. Lowering that RPM down to like 40 was not really that broken, but now it's like even worse than that. It does have a cooler reload now because before you just loaded the shell. Now you actually flip the gun over and then put a shell in, which is like the John Wick 2 reload, which is very cool. Like John Wick 2, not as much as the other John Wick movies. It is probably the worst one in my opinion. Not to say it's bad because it is really good, but what is your ranking of the John Wick movies? Mine is like 4 is number 1, 1 is number 2, 3 is number 3, and 2 is number 4, but like, let's be real, they're all really good movies. If you have not seen those movies, and if you have not seen the new one, go watch that movie. It is great. I saw it twice in theaters. It was really, really good both times. It was probably better the second time. Great movie. I had to give it a shout out. I'm not sponsored. If I was sponsored by John Wick franchise, that would be awesome. However, I am not, but I think it's a great franchise. And anyways, the Spaz 12 has that reload from John Wick 2. You've seen it. It's the tunnel scene where he like shoots the guys. It's very fun. If you play Phantom Forces, you'll like John Wick. If you like FPS games, you'll love John Wick. Anyways, enough plugging a franchise that I'm not being paid by, but DBV-12 is a great semi-automatic shotgun. It is probably a go-to pick if you're just a low rank and you want to go absolutely crazy. I mean, you've seen my gameplay with this gun so far. I'm going 49-16 on a long range map. But yeah, now we have the Remington 870, which for some reason I have a stock on this one. I do recommend remove stock. This is essentially a mixture between the KS-23M and the KSG-12 because basically you're going to get the jack of all trades. You get a 3 pellet kill because it does 34, so basically 1 pellet less out of 8 to get a kill than other shotguns, which essentially means you don't have to hit as many pellets to get a one-hit kill, which as you could probably expect means it's going to one-hit more often. This has a pretty effective one-hit kill range of up to probably 80 studs, and it also isn't like that slow firing. Of course, the KSG-12 is going to be faster, but it's still 100, which 100 RPM versus 150, 50% more is a great deal, but when it comes to a one-hit kill gun, really not too much, you know? And yes, this is a rank 11 gun as well. This gun is amazing. I was considering putting it number 1, but I do have a pick I think will be overall better. I did put this number 1 the last time I did this video, I think, but yeah, it is a great gun, as you could probably tell, you know? It is just, wow, it is broken, dude. I forgot how much fun this gun is. Okay. Yeah, okay. After that clip, do I even have to add anything else, man? I have nearly 900 kills on this gun, and man, after the buff to it, I got addicted to this gun. And the thing is, I didn't even really like it that much before, and it was actually still pretty good. Like, one of the best overall shotguns, if not the, it's probably the best overall shotgun in the game, because it doesn't have any one particular bad statistic. The spread is good, the damage is really good, the RPM is good, the capacity is good. It is the jack of all trades, master of none, except actually it's kind of a master of just being a great gun, you know? It is just so good at everything it does. Yeah, look at that. We're looking at like Henry 4570 RPM here with a lower recoil, better recentering time, and honestly a better one-hit killing range. And as you can see there, like 2 taps from like medium range is all you're going to need. Is this the number 1 shotgun in the game? Honestly, I gave it number 1 last time, and you could probably give it number 1 yourself. But when it comes to the shotgun roll, there's a gun that still does pretty good over medium range, but not quite as good as this, of course, but it's going to be a way better shotgun. It's going to destroy this one. That's a great way to end such a great kill streak. Me dying a fall damage. Awesome. As you could probably expect, the number one shotgun is going to the Saiga 12 because, yeah, it's basically everything we've said so far about BBV 12 and Spaz 12 and everything, but better. With Birdshot, this has 16 pellets, but still does 20 damage, making it kill with 5 out of 16. And yeah, it falls off a little bit harder, but it's going to have an effective one-hit kill range of about like 40 studs from my experience with it, and I have quite a great deal of experience with this gun because it is great. And most importantly with this gun, it is the fastest firing of like these types of shotguns in the game. It almost has as much fire rate as something like the USAS 12, but not quite as much. It has 100 less. And yes, if you're wondering, it does fire faster than the AA-12. It also has better spread, better damage. It is a significantly better gun than the AA-12. AA-12 is not going to go on this list, as you could probably expect, because this is number one. And yeah, it kind of deserves it. The Remington 870 definitely holds up better for something like this map. But yeah, if you can just avoid fighting people at long range or have a better secondary for long range, or just plan like Bazaar, Black Site, pull this thing out and you will go absolutely ham. I mean, if you've ever seen a great player with this gun in your lobby, you might have seen how broken this gun is. Anyways, gamers, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. But I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Okay.